Hi guys, it's Sunday morning. Springer Mountain here. Springer's right behind me. We're on the AT. It's a beautiful morning. It's about 34 when I got up this morning. It's probably in the 40s now. Alright, starting off day one, mile one. See you guys soon. It's at 9 o'clock. We're about 2,900 feet. This is the trail. People already leaving gear behind here. Most of you know, but some of you might not know, these are the white blazes. They're 2x6 painted marking on trees or rocks or posts. Marks the trail. That's what we're going to be following for the next 2,180 something miles. Pretty good trail right here. Good wide path. Good footing here. Going good. Okay, we're about 4 or 5 miles in. First trail magic right here. Bunch of good guys. A couple puppies. Had snacks and water, fruit, chips. Good stuff right here. Alright, back on the trail again. I don't know if you can see me. Doing good though. Feet are feeling good. Had a couple up hills, but nothing too brutal. And it's a nice day. Expecting some rain tomorrow and the next day, but other than that, I think it's gonna warm up at least. Alright, gonna find the trail again. Alright, bye. Well, it's about 1 o'clock and I just got to Hawk Mountain Shelter, mile 8.1 I believe. There's water here, there's a shelter obviously, and there's actually a privy here. I was going to move on, but talked to the ATC guy down the trail. Said there was no water for the next 6 miles, and there's no campsites for about another 6. So I think I'm going to let the feet rest, stay here tonight, show you a little shot of the view here in the shelter. That's the shelter there. Looks like double bunks. It's empty right now, but still pretty early. It's barely 1 o'clock. There's a stream about 2/10 of a mile down the hill. Got some campsites over here. Starting to cool off a little bit. A little breeze here. Other than that, it's been a real nice day. So, end of day one, I think we're staying at Hawk Mountain. Hey guys, it's still day one. I'm about 10 miles in. Probably about 4 miles or 5 miles to Gooch Mountain Shelter, which I'm not going to make tonight. I'm just going to find a place to put tent up in probably a mile or two. It's about 5 till 3. I got about maybe 3 hours of daylight. See some of the scenery here. Beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. This is fantastic. Probably windy. Probably can't hear me. But this is the trail. I just came down here. Really steep. Kind of tough going right now. Going Well, it's beautiful here. It's about 60 degrees. Nice little breeze. Alright, I'll check in later tonight. Guys, it's morning, Monday. I think it's the 6th of March. Day 2. That's where I camped last night. Nice view. Had a little breeze. Pretty much drizzled all night. You can see the dry spot where the tent was. Had a little fireplace opportunity, but I was pretty whooped. So I just set up camp, got into bed right about dark, and looked at my guidebook for a little while, figured out maybe where I'm heading tomorrow. This is the trail we just came down right here, and this is where we're headed. So trying to make Woody Gap for lunch. There is a hostel there. It's supposed to thunderstorm tonight. I'm debating whether to stay there and keep dry, but I'm not really sure yet, so we'll figure it out when we get there. Alright, yeah. Alright, it's still morning, day 2. It's about 8:20, excuse me, 8:40. Been on the trail for about 30 minutes. Just thought this was kind of a neat looking part of the trail. It's been nice walking, and even though it rained last night, the trail's not slippery, which is good. Because the hills yesterday were really rocky, and I wouldn't want to climb those yesterday or go down them wet. So I just thought this was pretty neat looking. Wanted to get up earlier, but it just was raining. Didn't want to pack everything up wet. Was able to catch a little break in the rain and shake out the tent, so I didn't have to put it up too wet. Should be alright. Hey, I thought I'd show you guys how we get water here. Basically, you just find a water source, whether it be a spring coming out of the ground or a little creek like this, and just fill up your water bottles. I have these are just life water bottles, which most people carry out here, pretty common. The Sawyer filter that filters the water will screw right on top of the water bottle. Yeah, basically just find a spot, preferably upstream of the trail, and well, let me come out here and just grab you some water. You just got to run it through the filter. See, somebody's already been here. That's it. Alright. Still day 2 in the morning. Just wanted to tell you guys about last night. There was a lot of interesting sounds. First, I heard about 3 30-round bursts of a fully automatic weapon that was sounded pretty close. Hard to gauge out here with these hollers, as we call them, and hills. Sound travels and echoes. It was close. I heard a couple hoot owls going at it right before dusk. It's pretty neat. And the weirdest thing, I know I'm not on drugs, but it felt like for about 15 minutes, felt like the whole mountain was shaking just slightly. You know, no noise associated with it. It's just kind of a shaking back and forth like you ever walk across a bridge, trucks going by. You know, that sound. One thing I like about walking in the morning is it's quiet out here. Not a lot of people moving around, and enjoy that solitude. But wanted to get up earlier, but like I said, the rain kind of held me up. You know, out here, Mother Nature calls the shots most of the time. All right, peace. Hey guys, it's still second day, Monday. It's 5 after 10. Oh, no, 5 after 11. I just went through Such's Gap, and Trail Angel's there. Silly, and I can't remember the other name. I got some coffee there, which was nice. I talked to them for a little while. They had done Thruhike last year, and just out here doing Trail Angel stuff. Oh, look at this view. Anyway, I have no idea if this camera angle is even picking up anything, but whenever I get computer access, I'll be able to watch it. But I got about 3.5 miles to Woody Gap. I called the hostel there in Such's, and they were booked full. There's a thunderstorm coming tonight. I was just thinking that it might be easier to hunker down in a hostel than ride out a thunderstorm, but no luck. So I am actually going to see how far or fast I get to Woody Gap, and because the next shelter is like 12 miles from the last shelter, which was just a ways back. I don't know if I got the gas to make that next shelter, and as late as it's going to be, 99% chance it's going to be full anyway. So it looks like I'm going to have to find a protected area to tent for tonight. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, just thought I'd capture this rock formation here. It's really neat out here. The trail is up and down, but no huge climbs. It's up 500 feet, down up 500 or so. But just gorgeous out here. Peaceful. Trail's pretty rocky right now, but hasn't been this rocky. Little mountain stream right here. You know, that's some fresh water there. Probably drink that right out of the source. But I've already filled up down at the creek below, so I'm going to pass that one by. Kind of slow going here, but just going. I think I probably got another hour to Woody Gap. And there I am going to depack, drink some water, pull my shoes off, and I think I got a blister forming on the right heel. Take care of that. Air the feet out for a minute, and maybe grab something to eat for lunch. It's 12:20 now. Hard to gauge how far you've gone. You really don't go as far as you think you do. Used to walking 3-mile-an-hour pace, but that is not happening out here. Gotta watch your footing in a lot of places. So everything else is holding up pretty good. The joints feel good, feet feel good, knees feel good. My leg muscles are tore up because about mile 13 last night, even though I'd already drank 6 liters of water yesterday with electrolyte additive, my legs cramped really bad. And it was around 5 o'clock. I was looking for a campsite. Didn't want to camp in a area that hadn't been camped in before. They kind of frown against that. But a spot I picked out top of a hill before Cooper Gap, or excuse me, after Cooper Gap, where I knew there would be a spot. An older gentleman was setting up camp there, and when I went by, he never even turned around or said hello or acknowledged me. So even though there was enough space for 2 tents, I just felt he wanted his privacy. So I ended up going about another mile down and cramped up. And just had to, push through it. And but that's why my legs are so sore. I don't think if it wasn't for that, my leg muscles would be this sore. But once I get them warmed up, it's tolerable. It's just when I stop, they cool off, get very, very stiff. I've got to, make sure I don't stop too long and let them get cooled off too much. Just stop, drink, do whatever you got to do, and get back on it and stay warm. What do you got for a break? Take care of this blister. Little trick I learned. Oh, cramp. Thread the needle, and when you put it through the blister, it won't fill back up. Morning, guys. It's Tuesday, day 3. I just got packed up. I'm back on the trail. It's about 5:30. I can't even tell. I think my watches got screwed up last night, but tell it's really foggy out. Rained all night. Just kind of drizzle again, just to make everything wet and muddy. My gear is getting very, very muddy. A little heavier too. No way to dry that tent out, and it's heavier. I stopped at Woods Hole. There was a shelter there I wanted to stay at, but it was full, so just camped out in a tent again. Only got about a mile to, or maybe a mile and a half to Blood Mountain, which oddly enough there's another shelter there. Usually there's they're about 10-12 miles apart, but I knew it'd probably be full and I was wiped out. That's why I didn't even do a video last night. I was just so exhausted. Got to bed about 8 and woke up at midnight, went back to sleep, and then woke up at 4. The rain was hitting the tent, and I couldn't sleep. My legs were just killing me. I massaged them for about 2 hours. But once they get warmed up, they're okay. But if I let them cool off for 5 minutes, they just lock right up, very stiff. But I'm moving now. Anyway, met a nice couple. Last night they shared their campfire with me when I was setting up my tent, which is nice. They were from Atlanta. The guy had done a through hike 2 years ago. His name was Nate. I don't remember his girlfriend's name, but they shared their, had a fire going, and we had a couple hot dogs. I was just too tired to eat, really. Had a Pop-Tart this morning, so not really hungry. I mean, felt hungry last night laying in the tent, but had to bear bag the food. It's required through this stretch through Nils Gap. You're supposed to use a hard canister actually, because I guess the bear activity is really prevalent here. So, but we just hung a bear bag over a limb. And expecting a thunderstorm here this morning. It didn't hit last night, but they've moved it back a couple of times now. So they're still calling for it. So we'll see. I'm just glad I got to pack up the tent and get moving before it hits. It was really windy last night, but I was lucky. My tent site, I found a little mountain of earth that was protecting me, because a lot of the campsites are at the top of the gaps. So I was able to duck behind this little mountain of earth and get some shelter from the wind. Winds were gusting about 30 last night. That kept my tent from getting beat up too bad. Alright, I'll check in later. Well, I believe I am on Blood Mountain, very near the summit. I'm not really sure. There was no sign, but if I'm not here, I'm close. And obviously today there's going to be no views, or no vistas anyway. Always a view. So we'll go a little bit further, see if there's anything else to see. Kind of get an idea of the weather situation on top of this mountain here. That's why I'm trying to get off this mountain as quick as I can, which is very slow going right now. The rocks are slippery, and it's pretty steep downhill. My legs are shot, so anyway, just give you an idea the wind and the weather here. Fuck you, Blood Mountain. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You are a son of a bitch. Blood Mountain ain't no joke. Well, whole video over again because I don't think I was recording. But here we are at the mountain crossing, bottom of Blood Mountain. As you can see, it's just really rainy and foggy and just wet, kind of miserable day. But I got a bunk in the hostel right there. There's the outfitter store. They got just about everything, and they have resupply, food, and just about anything you want, hiking gear. You're on film. This is one of the guys I met a couple days ago coming up. What's your name, man?
Christopher.
Okay. You don't mind being on.
Huh?
You don't mind being on film,
No,
do you? Okay. Marty. Yeah.
Mark?
Marty.
Marty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. There's a pooch. Anyway, this is we're staying at $18 a night. It's a full house, obviously, because of the weather. And I don't know. It took me about 5 hours to get off the mountain this morning. I only go about 3.5 miles. My legs are just tore up. They're really hurting. I was basically taking baby steps all the way down. Plus, it's very steep, very slick, a lot of rocks. And you know, I told myself I wasn't gonna, you know, push it. You know, everybody says do 6 to 7 miles the first few days, and I did 14 the first 2 days. Did 28 the first 2 days, and I got hurt, so I'm gonna have to rest up here for at least a day, maybe 2, and hopefully heal up. Show you the big tree with all the shoes up in it. Showed you the little one. A lot of hiking shoes up there. Alright, here we are inside the mountain crossing outfitters here. More of the shoes. Really nice place, really nice people here. Got all kinds of goodies. Just about anything you need, really. They got all kinds of camping gear, hiking gear. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't know if it was working. Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 8th. It's right around 9. It was raining and foggy and just miserable coming over Blood yesterday. No views. But this morning it's clear and sunny and just gorgeous out. It's really cold. Man, I'll show you the view here. Still at mountain crossing. I stayed here at the bunkhouse last night, which was nice. The tent was kind of wet and muddy from the last 2 nights of rain. Got here pretty early. Luckily got a bunk because it was full. Behind me here is the building. This building was built around 1930, I believe. And it's the only part of the trail that runs under a roof. The trail, Appalachian Trail, actually runs through the under the breezeway back behind me. If I go around the corner, you won't be able to hear me because it's really windy. But I'll take some video. Just won't be able to hear me. Yesterday I took some video out in the rain with the shoes in the trees. Now you get a different view without being rainy and foggy. See all the shoes and hiking shoes in the trees. Right past this white sign down below is the bunkhouse, and there's the breezeway that the Appalachian Trail goes through. trail for Blood Mountain. It's right there.